got my empire holding the rhyme, my nigga. All of this I've been, I woke up, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself. My G, on Nyovest, yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to Patriotism with Elizabeth, a place where we of course talk to young people about young people that are actually contributing to the development of our community. And today we have another young person, none other than Cashley, our Namibian hip-hop star. How are you doing, Cashley?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you actually for being here. I've been wanting to record this session for the longest time, but we are finally even doing it. So thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure, ma'am.
Okay, so let's just dive into the main story. Like, who I'm curious, obviously though that the other people are as well curious, like, who is Cashley and what do you do? Like, who are you?
All right. My name is Cashley TR. So TR stands for the rapper.
Oh, okay.
And my real name is Edward Edison.
Edward Edison.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So Cashley is a Namibian young upcoming hip hop artist. And I've been doing this for long, it's just a matter of, blowing up and, getting to another level, but I've been doing music for quite long, man. So I think I started singing while I was in high school, but that time in high school, you were not exposed to, real things, real studio and all stuff. But after I completed my high school, that was 2012, then I came in Windhoek. That's when I was introduced by my friend to a studio and recorded our first song.
Okay.
But by then,
Which year was that?
I think it was 2013, somewhere in August.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I got into music. But I've been loving music, man, since I was growing up. So music being my passion, it's just something that I love.
Okay,
yeah.
Great to hear that.
Yeah.
So Cashley, so what really like since you say you are a musician, you do music, you rap, like what do you think really drew you into this industry? Because there are a lot of industries that as a young person you can dive in, but you choose music. So what made you to choose this?
I cannot really say something drew me into music, because all I know is that I'm multi-talented. I know I can do a lot of things. I can do acting, I like fitness.
Yeah.
So I can do a lot of things, but I think music was the most thing that excited me. So when I'm doing music, I feel at home. I feel peace. It's just something that I love. So I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, so it's kind of like a therapy.
Exactly.
Okay,
so I even have a slogan that I like. It's music and therapy. So it's I like doing music and then exercising. So I like calling it's music and therapy.
Okay, let's see. So just to like, you have albums out, right? You have musics that are out and all that.
Exactly.
So can you tell me like one of your songs, or maybe some of your songs? Like, are there any hidden meanings of some of your songs? Maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, there are some that has hidden meanings. But sometimes when you're doing music, okay, like for me, I mostly rap or sing about what I've been through. So I don't really expose it, for you to see it clearly. But at times you can see, if you can sense, you can see some words. Like one of my songs say, I gave it all. It's the track number 1 in my album list.
Okay.
So I gave it all. It's all talking about how I've been suffering, how people have been talking about me, but I didn't mind what they were saying because I knew what I was seeing. So gave it all. It was all about me giving my heart to what I really wanted to do. So I didn't focus on the voices of the people, what they were saying. You can't do music, you can't, even like when it's coming to exercising, you can't exercise, you'll be this, you'll be that. So I didn't focus on what they were saying. I was actually just pouring my heart to say, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter who is saying what, you can still do it. So I didn't focus on what people were saying, because some people think maybe you are doing music for money. Like in my case, music, I don't do music really because I want to make money. It's just something that I love. Me doing it makes me feel happy. So now people were saying a lot of things, you know, when it's coming to exercising and, you know, doing all sorts of things. I've been called names, man, when I was growing up, you know, I've been through thick and thin.
Okay.
And so I didn't focus on what people were saying. You know, sometimes when you start something, people will be laughing at you, and then at the end of the day, they make you their example, you know. Exactly. But at first they were saying this and that, but if you don't focus, just focus on yourself. Don't focus on what people are saying. So now, that song, if you listen to it, most of the lyrics, they are just saying, I gave it all. I didn't listen to what people were saying, you know. I focus on myself. Even though I've been through thick and thin, trials and tribulation, I didn't focus on those things. I just focused on myself and where I wanted to be.
Exactly. So one will not so you, what in the other word, like you also bullied maybe, like back then?
Not really. I don't do that.
Okay, I see. So you know, you like, especially this year, you've been doing a lot of performance, and you are still also booked for upcoming performance in this September, October, and all that.
Exactly.
So like, as you as a musician and all that, have you ever like experienced performance anxiety?
Exactly. You know, I think everybody else is like that. You know, before you go on stage, you know, the adrenaline's running, and you feel like, damn, am I going to make it the way I'm expected? Or like you know, everybody, like myself, I believe in myself. But you know, before you go on stage, you always have, you know, heartbeats, the adrenaline kicks in. You'll be like, will I make it? But at the end of the day, when you step on stage, you know, that fears disappear, you know, that anxiety goes, because you no more focus on what you are feeling, but you have to deliver what people want to listen to.
I see. So what is one thing that you do before maybe you go on stage, just to, you know, to express yourself and just to kill all the fear and everything?
Like me, I think I was born ready.
Okay.
So I don't really do these things. Apparently, before you go on, you must take a shot and all sorts. No, I'm not that type of person.
I see.
So I just go in, I do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, I see. It's quite interesting. So you know, all these years that you've been doing music, so I want to know, like, the Cashley for last year and then the Cashley for this year. Is there any difference? Have you grown in any manner, or have you like seen achievements, or have you grown and all that? So how did you grow?
Yeah, I can testify that I grew a lot. You know, sometimes experience speak for itself. You know, what you did last year, let me say, for example, when it's coming to recording and, you know, lyrical wise, you know, thinking, I can say I grew in the sense that, for example, when I was recording last year, it will not be the same, because now I know, for example, when I'm recording, this is not what I'm supposed to do. Like looking at, for example, at the song that I did last year. Now I know here I hacked up a little bit, so I need to improve here. You know, it's a matter of, you know, growth. Lyrical wise, you know, thinking how to handle your thing. Let me say, maybe last year I was taking much longer time to record the song, but now maybe within 10 or 5 minutes I could be done with the song.
Okay, I see. And I see you were also like named, I think, the Hip-Hop of the Year. Can you tell us more about that? And as well as you also nominated for the ZCOM Awards. So can you just maybe tell us about that?
So there was, I think by then I was in the north, and then one of my cousins called me. You know, there's a competition happening in Windu, which was, forgot the name. Show your talent. Show your talent. So there's a competition where all artists were applying to compete. So then I entered in 2 categories. I went in Kwaito and hip hop, but later I withdrew Kwaito. You know, it's not my thing. So you know, Kwaito, you are expected to dance and all sorts. You know, I'm not a dancer. I'm about spitting lyrics. So and then I entered, and I went to the competition. And then we did what we're supposed to do, and then, you know, when you believe in yourself, at the end of the day, it's obvious. You know, hard work pays. Then I won the best hip-hop artist of the Show Your Talent. And then it was quite interesting, because it was my first show, winning an award. You know, it was very exciting, man. It's a good experience. Now I know how it feels to enter competition. So
I see. And then the ZCOM Award.
Then the ZCOM Award. Then I was nominated. Then through the nomination, there are some requirements that you're supposed to, like the fans supposed to vote for you so that you go to another level. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I didn't make it to another level. But I was glad. I was glad to be nominated.
Okay. I see. But then next year again, you also will be nominated.
Exactly. That's obvious. Yeah.
Okay. I see. So what I want to ask is that so what is your, I think as a young person, and so what is, like, as a young person growing up in an African country and all that, so what are some of the, like, as a musician and all that, like especially now being in Namibia, so what are some of the challenges that you experience as a musician as trying to, like,
there's a lot of challenges, especially when you're in Africa. And now, like in our country, I think sometimes what affect the entertainment industry is the population. Our population is a little bit, low, and mostly it's exposure. And most of our people are not really into entertainment. So now the exposure coming whereby, okay, you can be a good music underground, but because of the exposure, and I think maybe event organizer, they don't really focus on young upcoming artists. They just focus on those guys that are already established and all sorts. So the exposure coming with time, sometimes it takes long for you to get to another level, and sometimes it depends on what type of music you are doing. Sometimes I think Namibian like these quieter things and all sorts. Now when you are doing hip hop, like in my case, not a lot of people that listen to hip hop, because they feel like maybe sometimes you're singing and they don't understand what you're saying, they don't understand the message, So the challenge is mostly exposure, also finances for you. For example, to come up with an album, it takes a lot of money. The recordings, for you to record the quality songs, you have to invest a lot of money for the song to be quality. And then after all, yet you have to work on the album, the ads, and all sorts. Printing CDs. Finance is also a problem. I think to be in Africa, that's biggest issue.
I see. So like now here, are there any artists that you are looking forward maybe to collaborating with, to working with, being in Namibia, being in Africa, or maybe like worldwide?
Yep. Okay, let me start home. So far in my album, I've collaborated with a lot of artists, the likes of Coxa, guy that used to sing with Tuko, his cousin.
Okay.
I've collaborated with Page Ethnics. I've collaborated with Philosophy. It's one of upcoming, promised upcoming artists also. Who else? I've collaborated with Disco also. He's one of Namibian quieter artists. He's also very promising. And maybe in Africa, you never know what will happen. So hip-hop wise in Africa, I'm still, he's still growing. Yeah, but it's somebody that you are looking like. Really love to exactly. So, like maybe in Africa, I would like to one day. You never know. The likes of Nasty C. Those are the guys that we look up. Cassper, Nyovest. They're all South African rappers.
I see. Okay, so we're actually coming to the end of the thing. So what do you like, maybe what is your last word to say to your fans or to the audience or to any young person out there?
Okay, my last words, I would like to say, as a young person, you must believe in yourself first. Because nobody will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Now when you believe in yourself, because you are the one that knows where you want to be, people will not know. So now after all, when you do not listen to what people are saying, now at the end of the day, people will start believing in you. So my courage to young people is believe in yourself, have faith, work hard, everything will just come into places.
Okay. So this is actually our signature question. So what is your wish for Africa, or maybe if not Africa, Namibia, like what is your wish?
My wish for Namibia, let me start home. I like building home first. So my wish for Namibia, it's like I want to see the Namibian industry growing, the entertainment industry. I want like any how do I say, event organizer, sponsors, not to be only looking at prominent artists. We have very talented people on the grounds, but I think maybe it's exposure or they don't know, but I think sometimes they also just turn a blind eye on saying, it's like you are not established yet and they don't focus on them. So, but I think one day if I'm to do greater things, I would really be, maybe coming up with an organization just to help young people that are really struggling, also to make it in the entertainment industry, whether it's music, it's can even do movies, man. Exactly. So I want to see, everybody growing. That's a really thing that I want for everybody.
For the entertainment industry to get the recognition
that they deserve. We have, to be honest, we have a lot of talents in Namibia, but the problem is people that are in position are not really exposing those things. So sometimes it's hard, financing, exposure, and all of things. So just wake up, you are doing music, and then boom, you're out. Because let me say, newspapers, they just focus on those guys that have already names. But let me say, we may be invited to shows, but even though now after the show they don't really mention names of the young ones that were also participating, you see they only focus on the established names already. So now when will these guys be exposed also? The good thing is those guys are already exposed. Now what are you doing to expose these young guys that are also pushing and trying to make a name for themselves?
Exactly. So thank you so much, Cashley, for being here, taking you out of your schedule for you to come here. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. So how can people reach out to you if they want to maybe reach out to you? Like where can they reach out to you? Your social media pages and all that, and where can they listen to your music?
All right. Thank you, Power Girl. Already was the signature. Okay, so people can reach out to me on Instagram, which is CashleyTheRapper, on Facebook. My normal account, which is TL Cashley, and I also have a page there, which is CashleyTheRapper again. On Twitter, CashleyTheRapper, and people can listen to my music on all music platforms, iTunes, Spotify, all kind of music platforms. My music are there, so they can just tune in. And I also have a YouTube account. I have music video there and few short video of me performing. On YouTube they can also search for CashleyTheRapper, aka Mr. Feeling Myself, because I have a music video which is there, but my first music video which is Feeling Myself, so they can watch it out.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much everyone for being here, for watching this whole episode up until the end. So I'll drop Cashley's information in the description box. So if you want to reach out to him, you can check out his music video on his YouTube channel, as well as you can also reach him out on his social media pages. So see you next time, and thank you so much.
All of the side and it's all of the side. All of the side. All of the side and it's all of the side. All of the side. All of the side and it's all of the side.